A very good evening to all of you guys. So we hope that you had a great day today. So we are back with our final session of our Toolkit program, which is marketing for startups. So all these 3 days, you all been going through a lot of workshop series done by AIESEC and NSBM, and hope you all had a lot of learning curve through it. So today also we have a wonderful session for you all, which is marketing for startups. And let me introduce our partners for our day. So we have Arona Digital as our deluxe partner. We have UKE Cards as our printing partner. We have Home Tree as our youth partner. We have MediaLearn as our media partner. We have Gumdrops as our gift partner. We have Fine Earth as our gift partner. So guys, so actually marketing is something which is really interesting. So I would like to raise a question to you all. So it's just a very informal session, guys. So put it in the chat boxes. What do you think is marketing? So if you know what is marketing, just put it on the chat box. We'll have like around 20 seconds. Okay. So hope you guys put something on the chat boxes. So marketing is the action of a business promoting and selling its product or services. So that's basically marketing. So, and today we have a wonderful speaker to teach us about marketing for startups. So we have Mr. Ajendra Selvaratnam. He is currently a senior lecturer of Sage's campus. He has entered district first rank of Trincomalee district into University of Peradeniya. He has done his bachelor's in computation and management, and he has done his MBA from Postgraduate Institute of Management, University of Sri Jayawardhanapura. He is an associate member of SIMA Sri Lanka. He is also a senior member of AAT Sri Lanka. He has a record of 9 years of academic teaching, and he's also a senior lecturer guiding bachelor's and MBA programs. So we have Mr. Ajendra, the stage is yours.
Hi everyone, hello. So I hope you all can hear me. So today we are going to talk about an interesting topic. Actually, it's for the marketing for a new startup. You can see a trend nowadays after this COVID pandemic, mostly, especially the youth, start to think of starting a new business. Sometimes we may think marketing is quite new to us. It's something, a strange concept, or it's a kind of a theoretical thing. But normally we do marketing in our day-to-day life. For example, let's think. Now we apply cream on our face. We comb our hair. And these things are personal marketing we do for ourselves. If there's an old story, for example, let's say there's a beautiful lady. So now let's say you go to a party and you have met a beautiful lady. Now what you are doing is you go there and talk to that girl, and you are telling that I'm rich, I'm well educated, I'm very handsome, so please marry me. So it's called as direct marketing. You just go directly and talk. Let's say you tell your friends that you like that girl, and your friends go and tell that girl that he's rich, he's well educated, so he is interested in marrying you. So it's called as advertisement. Similarly, let's say the girl comes and asks you, so you are rich, you are well educated, you are handsome, so I would like to marry you. It's called as brand recognition. Similarly, let's say now you go and tell the girl, I want to marry you. She slaps on your face. It's called customer feedback. Similarly, let's say you go to that girl, you approach that girl, and you try to talk to her. Her husband comes. Her husband comes to the picture. So it's called as entry barrier. So these things in our day-to-day life also, we normally have marketing. We do marketing. So marketing is not a new concept to all us, because normally in our day-to-day life, we try to create brand because we have personal brand. So now there's a misconception about marketing. So let's say if I ask you a question, when do we start marketing? Anyone, any of you here, could you answer the question? When do we start marketing? Let's say now you have a new business. So you want to do marketing. So when do you need to start marketing? Yes, anyone? You can type the answer in the chat box, or else you can unmute your mic and you can talk. So now you have a new business. So when do you need to start marketing? Wow, good. Before launching the business, that's a good answer. Because there's a misperception about marketing. Normally we think once we launch the product or once we started producing the product, we have to start marketing. But it's wrong, actually. Because the purpose of the marketing is to identify customers' needs and wants clearly and provide an offer to fulfill their needs. So it's an important concept, because mostly our people misunderstand this concept. Because normally if you go to the shops, normal shops, even in PETA, you can see the sellers, they try to sell the products without identifying the needs of the customers. When I have an experience, when I was in Peradeniya, there were shops, there were hotels, hotel mean in Sri Lanka temple, the small restaurants like Selvaratnam. So now let's say now I had my lunch at one place and I came out and just want to go to the university. So all of a sudden that second shop, that person wants me to ask me, okay, come and eat something here. Actually, simply what's happening here is they don't know and they don't understand our needs. They just want to sell the product. They just want to force us to buy their products. But that is not marketing. Actually, it's a wrong thing. Because of this, we fail. According to Forbes magazine, out of 10 starts up, 8 fail within 18 months' time because of poor marketing. So marketing is a very important thing. Actually, even when we allocate budget, it's a big mistake we make when we start a new business. We think when we project the business, when we budget, when we create budget, we always create the budget with, for example, we say, okay, the production cost, all these costs we include. But we do not allocate enough money for marketing. That's a big mistake. As far as my experience, because I have done many startups, okay? As far as my experience, we should allocate at least the amount we allocate for the production to marketing. Especially when it's come to the initial stage, we should allocate more budget for marketing than production or operation. It's very important. But normally we don't understand this, because we think, okay, marketing means once we produce, customers will come and buy it. And we need to put some Facebook post. That's enough, but it is not. Because we have to do extensive marketing, then only we can be successful. It's very, very important. So now I have a slide set, so we will discuss some concept. Actually, I just want to tell you something. I don't know about your backgrounds. So there could be some business management students, there could be some students from other backgrounds, and there could be some people like professionals, business owners, the people who has the ambition to start new businesses. So I try to cover all these audience through my presentation or whatever the discussion, rather than saying formally as a presentation, it's a kind of a discussion, an informal discussion. Okay. And by the way, if you have any question in between, you can raise the question, you can talk, then it will be an interactive session. I can also enjoy the session. Otherwise it will be boring. And also if you can't talk, if the environment is noisy, what you can do is you can type the question so we can answer the questions. Okay, fine. So now, as you people said, one person said, which means marketing should be started before starting the production. Excuse me. Okay. Done. Before starting the production, we had to start marketing. So the very first stage in marketing, what we have to do is we have to conduct the market research. Let's say now you have a concept. Now you have a concept, you have a beautiful idea, a business idea. Now you want, initially, before starting the business, you should identify whether this business idea is appropriate for your customers or your target audience. That's very important, because sometimes in your perception, that may be a lucrative idea, an attractive idea, but sometimes the customers may not buy your products. That's why, you know, there are many silly products, those are very successful. But there are many very, very ideal business concepts. They fail. Because sometimes in our perspective, in theories, those could be successful. But when it goes to the customers, customers may feel, okay, it's not appropriate for us. They don't need that. So the very first stage is we have to conduct a market research. Now, when we tell conducting a market research, you may think, okay, so we have to, first of all, we have to study about research. So we had to do a degree and we had to do a research, then only we can start our business. No, not at all. Though we say market research, conducting a market research, kind of a formal phrase, it is not like that. According to Professor AIESEC, he said a story, because I will share many stories of him because I closely associate with him. He had a friend and he wanted to start a fruit shop in Piliyandal. So simply he wanted to do a market research. So he didn't take a book and did a market research. He didn't do a desk research. What he did was he took his car and went to Piliyandal. Just check the other sellers, the fruit sellers. And he checked which fruit are sold mostly and how often people buy these products, how much they pay for those products. What is the preferred fruit? What is the less preferred fruit? A simple research. No? You just go there, just hang around there, and you just check, like a customer, you go there and check the fruit shops, how they sell, what they sell, what's the price, and everything. So this is a way of data collection, observation. Actually, when it's come to market research, you don't need to do a kind of a formal research like big multinational companies or big companies do. It's not necessary. We can do, because normally most of us are going to start small scale business. So if you try to spend millions on market research, then definitely your business will fail. Because obviously the market research cost will be a sunk cost. Sunk cost means it will not be, you can't recover that. So just you are going to get an idea whether this will be successful or not. To get that idea, you don't need to spend much. So just observe, or you can talk to some customers. Okay, you can just, you know the potential customers. You can go and talk, okay, there's a concept like this. What do you think about this? So they may answer, okay, it's good or bad or whatever it is. So there's a company called Vidamia.com. Now what they are doing is they are doing this online education service. So now, very recently, they did a market research, a small research. What they did was they just gave their contents. They use animation videos to teach O-level mathematics. They gave their contents to ordinary level students, maybe 30 students, for free of charge. So the students got the benefit because they are getting the contents, which means the animation videos, mind maps, everything for free of charge. And what these people did was they gave the content and they wait for a couple of months. And after a couple of months, they just called the students and asked, okay, how was the content? Were you satisfied? What were the problems you encountered? So they got the feedback from their customers. And based on this, they could improve their products or improve their services. So simply, market research is a simple thing. You just go and talk to them. You have to talk to your customers. You have to observe your customers. Through that, you can sense your customers. And also, when you do a market research, you can identify what are the other preferences of your customers. According to Professor Udit Liyanage, when it's come to marketing, there are 3 S, very important. Sensing, sizing, seizing. Sensing means you have to sense the opportunities. You have to sense the opportunities. You had to hear the opportunity. You had to see the opportunity. You had to sniff the opportunity. You had to taste the opportunity. You had to feel the opportunity. Then you had to size the opportunity. Size means you had to check whether the opportunity is substantial or not, whether it's profitable or not. Then finally, you had to seize the opportunity before your competitors come. You have to capture the opportunity. So this sensing can be done through marketing. Sorry, can be done through research, market research. So by doing a research of informal research, because normally when we say the word research, everything think formally. So just do a search. Rather than doing a research, just do a search first. Just talk to different people, get their opinion. But don't reveal your full plan. Just give a partial idea and get their opinion. Then you can understand, okay, because the feedback from people is very valuable because you can get different perspective. So you should be open-minded there. Okay. So it will help you to develop a good marketing strategy. And very importantly, it will enable you to identify customers' needs and wants. Accordingly, you can develop your products. Rather than developing the product and try to sell the products which may fail or which may be successful. What you have to do is, first of all, you have to identify what they want, what they need. Then you can develop your products. And you can understand customers' buying pattern, thinking pattern, and everything. And also it's very important because when you do a sales forecast, when you try to understand your break-even point, which means when you are going to get that break-even point, mean when you can complete your fixed cost, which means cover the fixed cost. So when you try to forecast these things, project these things, market research will help you. So once it's done, now you know who are your target people, which means you know the broad market. This is the market I'm going to target. So the second thing what we have to do is, okay, we have to divide the market into different groups. For example, just think about Hamidiyas. You know Hamidiyas, no? So Hamidiyas is only targeting men. So that's why they have menswear. So they have segmented the market based on gender. And they think men's are more attractive, I mean profitable, than women. So they are targeting only that group. Some companies, what they do is they segment the market and they think whether the segmentation is appropriate. But if they feel, okay, we don't need to segment the market, we can sell the same product to everyone. Then they sell the same product. For example, Coke, just think about Coke. Coke is for everyone. Everyone can drink Coke. It's everywhere. Though they have some other products like Maaza, Thumbs Up. Okay, the main Coke product, Coke, Coca-Cola. It's for everyone. Sometimes some companies, what they do is they divide the market, which means segment. Segmenting means dividing your market into different homogeneous groups based on demographical characteristics, psychographical characteristics, lifestyle, usage. So there are so many things. For example, just think about Tata. Now Tata has Tata Nano, a small car. Tata has Tata Jaguar, the high-end car. So what they have done is they have divided the market based on income level of the people. And when it's come to Tata, not like Hamidiyas, which is targeting only one segment, menswear. Tata has a different car or different offer for the high-end market and a different offer for a low-end market. For example, Tata Jaguar is for the high-end market. Tata Nano is for the low-end market. Now, simply, this is the point. Now, what you have to do is, if you know the target market, okay, this is my product or this is my service, this is my market. I mean, target market mean I'm talking about the broad market, the potential market, rather than saying as a target market, potential market. Now, what you have to do is you have to segment the market. You have to identify the geographical characteristic, demographical characteristic, psychographical characteristics of that market. For example, in simple terms, their income level. their location, their education level, their beliefs. Sometimes they may have different religious beliefs. For example, if you are going to start a restaurant, you have to think about the religious beliefs. For example, now let's say you're starting a restaurant and the majority of the people are Buddhist or Hindus, then you can't sell beef. Or you are starting a restaurant, the majorities are Muslims, so you can't sell pork. So these things should be counted. So, and also you have to think about the education, lifestyle. So based on all these factors, what you can do is you can decide, okay, these are my customers. Or my base can be divided in these. It's like cutting a cake. You have a big cake. You can't eat the entire cake. That's the point. No? You can't eat the entire cake. So you have to check what is the lucrative portion, most extractive portion. Which area is good for you? Some people like the part of the cake with more icing. Some people like with less icing. Some people like the corner part. So you have to think, which is my market? So then you have to target. And finally, you have to create a position about your product. You have to position your product. Actually, talking about the position, now I don't want to talk much theoretically because here we have different types of audience. Okay, so if I try to talk about the theory, then it will be boring. Just take a small example. It's about the position. Now, just think in this manner. Now we know Rolls-Royce car, Rolls-Royce, and we know Tata Nano. I'm pretty much sure most of us wouldn't have driven a Rolls-Royce car, as far as my knowledge. But we all think the Rolls-Royce car is for super rich people. That is our conception. We think Rolls-Royce is mean that's for super rich people. But sometimes we might not have seen a Rolls-Royce car. But we have that perception. Why is that? When different products have different identity, different products have different identity. For example, Rolex watch, we think that's a prestigious watch. Apple, reliable product. I have never used an Apple product. I'm not talking about Apple fruit. I'm talking about Apple brand, the Steve Jobs brand. Okay. So now just think Apple. I have never used an Apple phone, but still I have the perception iPhones are reliable. You can trust and buy. It gives value for money. How they created this perception? Even if you think about Tata Nano, that car has a different perception, which means a brand, a car for average people or lower middle class people. Similarly, in Sri Lanka, if you think about Cargill's has a kind of a branding, which means we are selling at the lowest price now, but not now because now Satosa is selling at the lowest price. But if you go to Majestu City, you can see there's a board in the down floor. You have in the ground floor, you have Cargill's, where you can see a board. I have seen this 6 months back. I don't know whether it's available now. They have a challenge at Cargill's, Cargill's Food City. They say, if you can buy a product at a price which is lower than our price, if you can buy a product at a price which is lower than our price, we will give the same product at the same price, which means at the lower price. Which means what they try to prove is we are the cost leaders. Cost leaders mean we are selling at the lowest price. So they try to target the low level people. So that is their differentiation. So they create a perception, okay, if you want a product at low price, you have to go to Cargill's. Whereas Kale's supermarket, they have a different branding or different position. They say, if you are environmental friendly person, if you care about environment, you should come to us. We sell the product with a green concept. We are less harmful to the environment. So let's say now you are a person, you have the social responsibility, environmental responsibility, you care about the environment. You want to protect the environment. You want to preserve the natural resources. So in that case, you would prefer to go to keels. So creating this type of pictures. Another example we can say now, normally, when it's come to safety, we always think about the Volvo car. Because normally in the European countries, mostly the pregnant women like to buy and drive Volvo cars because that's one of the safetiest cars in the world. Even they tested one car with 18 the airbags. Okay, so which means even if you have a major accident, you would be safe. So they create this perception. Similarly, you have to think, what sort of perception I am going to create in the mind of my customers? Now, first of all, you have to target your customer. You have to be clear about your customers. Who are your customers? So that is the purpose of segmentation and targeting, which means segment means you divide the cake. Targeting means you take the pieces or the piece according to your market. Okay. Then now what you have to do is you have to create a picture in the mind of your customers. Okay, this is what we are doing. So you have to create some sort of association. For example, Apple, reliability. Volvo, safety. Nano, cost effectiveness. Jaguar, Rolls-Royce, luxury. So some pictures, because then, and that picture, what you are creating should be in line with your target customers. For example, let's say now you are going to start a business in PETA. And PETA, you are targeting the people who just travel there and the normal people, the ordinary folks. You can't create a picture now we are selling a rich product. It's not possible. Because your customers may not be able to afford for high-end products. You can't sell Rolex watch in PETA. Similarly, let's say now you are going to start a restaurant in Columbus 7. You can't sell, or it's not appropriate to sell cheap products in Columbus 7, which means the products which are cost effective. Because your target audience are quite different. They can afford. So positioning is very, very important. You have to create a clear picture in the mind of your customers, and that picture should be viable or should be applicable, should appeal to your customers. They should feel, okay, this is for me. I can buy this product. So how to do that? That's a question. No, that's the next question. How to do that? Okay, I'm going to create a picture. How can I create that picture? Should I take a pen and pencil and draw a picture in the mind of my customers? No. There are tools to do that. For example, just think, again, I'm asking this question. Why do we think Rolls-Royce is a super brand, super luxury brand, and Nano is a low-end brand? Why do we have that perception? Because as I told already, we have never seen the Rolls-Royce. We might have seen, okay, I have never seen the Rolls-Royce in my lifetime. Okay. So how do I know that is a super luxury? Here we have to use different tools. First one is product. Normally we say it's 4Ps and there is something called 7Ps. Okay, just talk about the 4Ps because it's easy. First one is you have to think about the product quality, product design, durability. Second thing, you have to think about the place where you are going to sell the product. If you sell Rolex watch in PETA payment, then the Rolex would not have any value. Obviously, no, if you sell Rolex watch in the PETA payment, it would not have any value. Okay, so the place where you are selling, your outlet, the design of the outlet, safety of the outlet, knowledge of the people who are selling the product, their appearance. You can see this different, especially when it comes to service marketing. Now, if you go to a shop like normal Cyber Kade or the Pilavus, that sort of shop, and if you go to a high-end restaurant like, let's say if you go to Green Cabin, you can see the difference. The people's appearance, the way they talk, the way the service is given. Okay. Next one is promotion, how you promote your products. Normally the high-end brands, what they do is they promote their product through high-end magazines. Normally, have you ever seen any advertisement for Rolex watch or Rolls-Royce car in the Facebook pages? No, hardly rare. What they do is, because their target market is not the mass community. Their target market is the top of the pyramid, which means the rich people. So they just think about who are the people. They think about the usage, what do those people use. For example, they read some magazines, some high-end magazine. So they put their advertisement in those magazines. And they think about the programs these people watch. For example, golf, they watch. Formula, this car race, they watch. So they can have their advertisements there. Finally, very important. So first thing I told, that means first one is product. Second one is place. Third one is promotion, how you promote your product. That's very important. That should be in line with the positioning, what you are going to do. Finally, the price. Now, let's say, if even we have the experience when we go to some shops, let's say we want to buy dresses, clothings. We judge the quality of the product based on the price of the product, don't we? We think, okay, this product has high quality because the price is high. For some products, that's true. But for some products, it may not be true. But mostly some products, it's true. For example, colognes, it's true. Okay, for colognes, it's true. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Fine. Done. So the price is also very important. And it's like this. Now, let's say, now you are targeting the people in Colombo, the high-end customers. And you have designed a beautiful product. There are so many value addition to that product. And also very importantly, you have spent a lot to design that product. And you have done an extensive marketing, high-end marketing, using a celebrity. And you have rented a place in Colombo 7. You have a luxury outlet. So you want to create the perception that means my product is a high-end product. It's a luxury product. It's an innovative product. Now, if you sell this product at a very cheap price, would it go with these, whatever the things you have done already? No. And also the second problem is you will struggle financially because you are selling at cheap price. So your profit margin is very low. So the price is also an important factor when it's come to creating the position. Most of us don't know about Rolls-Royce, but based on the price of Rolls-Royce, we think, okay, it must be a super luxury product. But it costs a lot. So that's perception. That's a picture customers have. So always remember what you have to do is you have to create a clear profile for your target market. Secondly, you have to position yourself properly to the target market. So customers should not have a confusion whether this is for this reason or this is for this reason. Customers should know clearly, okay, this product is for this reason. According to Porter, you might have heard about Porter, he's the marketing guru. According to him, a business can be a differentiator or cost leader. I'm using some marketing terms. Anyway, don't forget about this. A business should target the high-end customers with a differentiated product. Differentiated means very value-added product, a high-end product. Or else it should target the low-end market with a normal product, a cheap product, an affordable product. And according to Porter, you can't be in the middle, which means you can't sell a high-end product at a low price. You can't sell a low-end product at a high price. If you are in the middle, then it will confuse your customer. They will get confused. They will not buy your product. But anyway, I have to admit this. Nowadays, we have hybrid strategies as well, which means a mixture of these two. It's called as value for money. That's there. But we should not confuse our customer. That's why if you think about most of the big companies, when they introduce a different product to different market, they create a new brand. They create a new brand for that particular market. So that's very important. Okay. By the way, if you have any questions, you can ask me. We don't have any questions. Okay, so far. Now, next important thing is we all have to answer this question because we are going to be a new startup. We are going to start a new business. But our competitors have been there in the market for a very long period of time. Let's say they may be running their businesses maybe for 15 years, 10 years, so on. So now you are going to the new market as a new player without any identity, without any brand recognition. Now your customers may ask you a question. Why do we need to buy from you than your competitors? Why do we need to come to your restaurant? Why do we need to purchase from your shop? Because we have been purchasing from your competitors and we are very much satisfied. The answer you are going to give to this question is called as your unique selling points. Why are you different from your competitor? That's the answer. Why you are unique? What makes you to be a unique person in the market? For example, let's say there are so many restaurants, but you are going to start an organic restaurant, then you are unique. So you have to think of this because it's very important, because when you plan your business, you have to plan strategically. You have to think about the long term. Because once you invested, you can't think, okay, I have done a wrong, I have done a mistake. So you have to think, okay, why I am unique? How I am going to be a unique player? What are the value additions I can give? How I can differentiate myself from my competitors? How I can stand out from the crowd? So you have to create a picture. You have to improve the quality. So when it's come to quality, I just want to tell you this. Even this is also Professor Nalin sir said to me. You know the Maliban biscuit Mudrali, him Apuhami. Normally we study about different concepts, but normally our people, our entrepreneurs, Sri Lankan entrepreneurs use these concepts. They don't have theoretical knowledge, but they use. This Maliban on him Apuhami, what he did was, okay, when he produced biscuits, initially he gives the biscuits to his family members and asks them to taste the biscuits. And if they are satisfied, then he starts selling those biscuits. Actually, it seems very simple, but it has a big philosophy in mind. Because what you try to do is you try to make sure what you are offering is suitable for your family, as your family members can also consume the same. Okay. So branding. Okay, just I want to tell a thing. Apple. What clicks in your mind? Apple. Can you answer this question? What clicks in your mind? Apple. What clicks in your mind? Yeah, I will answer this question. Huh? Apple. What clicks in your mind? Apple. Anyone? So when I tell them the word apple, what clicks in your mind? Font, value, high quality. What else? What else clicks in your mind? Good. What else? Luxury. Come on, good. Symbol. Very good. What else? Expensive. Okay, fine. When I felt that. What else? What else? User friendly. Okay. Prestigious brand. Okay. What else? Well, like organized. Okay. What else? Classy. Okay. Actually, I was talking about apple fruit. So why durable? Is apple fruit durable? Is it prestigious? Apple fruit, is it user friendly? Apple fruit, is it expensive? I don't know whether, I don't know the price of apple. Maybe 1,000 rupees now? I don't know. Now I was talking about apple fruit. But just think, because it's a very important point in marketing. Just think, when I said apple, we immediately think about the mobile phone, the Apple brand, the Steve Jobs brand. But this apple fruit has been in this world for more than 2,000 years. Even in this Adam Eve story, we have apple. But this Apple company started maybe in 1975, no? Maybe 40 years back. But when we say apple, immediately what clicks in our mind? Not the apple fruit, Apple phone, or Apple's products like iPod, iPad, all these products. That is their branding. It's very, very important. That is one of the reasons for they are successful, because normally people say Apple is innovative, but it's not. It may be, but there are better innovative products. And Apple copy from some other products as well, but their marketing is very important. So, sorry. The point is branding, developing your business brand. I remember when I was a child, okay, in my small ages, I normally go to these shops, the corner shops, and buy chocolate biscuits. Those days, we didn't have packets. We had loose biscuits. For example, if I ask, okay, 100 grams of biscuit. So they have a wrapping paper, they put the biscuit inside and wrap it and give it to us. So those days, we didn't have brands. But nowadays, it's totally changed. Now, for everything, brand is very important. As I told, if a girl wants to come to you and ask you, I want to marry you, you should have a good brand. You should develop your personal brand as well as you have to develop your business brand. If you develop a business brand, you don't need to approach your customers. You don't need to go to your customers. They will come to you. It's called as pull strategy, not push strategy. For example, just think about when Apple launches its new version, whatever the expensive, whatever the cost of the phone, people queue up to buy the phone. That's their branding. No one knows what's theirs, but it's their branding. So brand is very important. Always remember, whatever the startup, from the initial stage, you have to create brand. Branding is very important, and you have to spend on developing the brand. You have to create a picture, as I told already, positioning. You have to create the picture in the mind of your customers about your brand. And you should create a colorful brand for that. I'm thinking the time is running. No, we are running out of time, so I will go quickly. Okay. Okay. So next one is promotion strategies. How to promote your product. Actually, we were talking about promotion, the positioning as well. But nowadays we have many innovative promotion methods. And nowadays the kind of a catchy word is digital marketing, online marketing, social media marketing. But we have to think whether we are successful in this digital marketing. And it is appropriate for all the sectors in Sri Lanka. Because in Sri Lanka, as Sri Lankans, we still have the need of human touch. Though we put, okay, you can download this app, you can do everything, still people want to call the person and confirm it. That mentality is still there. Because we expect that human touch. Though this online education is growing, still people want the physical classes. Even you may feel that. You want to go to the physical class, you want to see the lecturer, you want to talk to the lecturer. So when it's come to marketing, we should think about both platforms, which mean online marketing, offline marketing. If you only go with online platform, yeah, we can be successful, but sometimes we may not be able to reach the entire audience. But anyway, it depends on your product. If it's an online based product, then it would be okay. Okay, let's say it's a video game, then it would be okay. But let's say now you are going to promote an online based education. As I told already, this videmia.com, like Byju's, an online based platform, education platform. If you just go with online advertisement like Facebook advertisement, Google ads, YouTube advertisement, TikTok, sometimes you can't appeal to the parents of those students. So you have to have a blended, a mixture of online as well as offline. Yeah, social media marketing is growing. It's growing rapidly. But still, the offline marketing is very powerful. I can tell you, you can observe it now, this big educational institution, even our Sage's College. Though we have online marketing, still we publish newspaper advertisement. I mean, we put articles in newspapers. Because there is a touch. Because this traditional marketing is still alive. So we have to think of it, because nowadays a big problem with this, the youth, they start businesses, they just think, okay, online marketing is enough. So when they budget, they plan for the online marketing only. But the mass media marketing is very important. And it's quite expensive. Compared to online marketing, it's expensive. So you have to think of that as well. You have to think whether I can do the mass media marketing, whether I have alternative for this. Or else, if I can't afford, can I find an investor for it? So these things we have to answer. So normally when it's come to online marketing and the on-site marketing, there are different ways of marketing, as I put here. Okay. And we don't need to explain about this because we all know this. Okay. And also when it's come to online marketing, digital marketing, there are strategies. For example, nowadays, Facebook, they allocate a dedicated customer service officer for us to do our marketing. For example, I have a startup. So I posted some Facebook advertisements. After that, one person from Facebook communicated with me and he got an appointment and he talked to me over the phone and he told me these are the strategies you have to use. These are the ways you have to promote your product, because there is a competition between Facebook and Google's product like YouTube. So what they want to do, they want to give the maximum to the customers. So simply what you can do is that you can learn from them. They told us different techniques, so how you can target the exact customer base. Okay. And also very importantly, we have to set the marketing goals. It's very important. When you start the business itself, you have to have some idea. Okay, within this number of years, I'm going to reach this number of customers. So in this manner, we have to have some plan for forecast. Having said all these things, now sometimes it may create a picture in your mind like entrepreneurship is something hard. Starting a business is something hard. We should have that foresightness and everything. But I should tell about the other part of this story also. Normally, businesses have something called the incremental approach. According to Saraswati is one of the scholars in this entrepreneurship. She said that entrepreneurs have foresightedness. They have good forecast. They are innovative. They are risk takers. They are visionaries. We normally say entrepreneurs mean visionaries. She said, Saraswati said, these are myths. These are not true. Entrepreneurs are ordinary people, not aliens. So everyone can be entrepreneurs. We all can be entrepreneurs. Simply what we have to do is we have to start the business. We have to make mistakes. We had to make affordable mistakes. We had to take calculated risk. Through our mistakes, we had to learn. The simple ingredient for a successful business is endurance. Whatever the failure, you have to continue your business. You have to dedicate yourself to the business. I know one of the entrepreneurs in Sri Lanka. His name is Sumit Galhena. He is into the apparel industry. He always tells, okay, he has 2D. First one is dedication. Second one is determination. Dedication and determination. And he is very successful. He always, when I talk to him, normally I just talk to these entrepreneurs. Okay. So he tells, okay, if you ask the ingredients of my success, dedication and determination. Actually, he was not that much educated. He has started the business from small scale, but he's successful. So very important thing is the ordinary people do. Who are the extraordinary people? Extraordinary people are the ordinary people who do extraordinary things. They are ordinary. So why I just want to mention this one, because after telling all these stories, all these theories, you should not be discouraged to start a business. You should be encouraged to start a business. So once we start the business, we learn everything. And always remember, you have to take calculated risk, and the failures should be affordable. Then you can be successful in your business. Okay. And very important thing, retaining your customers. Okay, we have done everything. This is a mistake we make. Normally, you know, these restaurants, initially when you go to the first few days, once they start the restaurant, if you go to the first few days, you can eat a good meal, a good quality meal. But after that, the quality will deteriorate. It gets reduced. Because the thing is, after some period of time, when they get more customers, when they reach the saturation level, they don't maintain the quality. That's a problem in Sri Lankan context. Normally, if you don't, you would not feel the same in McDonald's because they have standardization. But in Sri Lanka, that's a problem. Even when you go and eat kottu in one shop, one day you can have good kottu, another day it would be poor. So it's a mistake which we should not make. Always we had to remember, customers are good. So you have to retain them. Once they come inside your house, it's like we say in Hinduism, Mahalakshmi. Once the person has come inside, you should not let the person to go out. Okay, so retention is very important. Always you have to listen to them. Always you have to get their feedback. Sometimes it may be annoying, but you have to get it continuously. And you have to promote yourself continuously because you have to make the customers to remember your name. So you have to have continuous promotion. And you have to give extra services. And also very importantly, your staff, because you mean not only you. Your business means your staff, especially the frontline staff. They are the people going to interact with the customers. If it's a restaurant, the waiters. If it's a salon, the hairdressers. If it's a hospital, the doctors or the nurse or whoever the people. They should be properly trained to give proper customer service. That's very important. So retention is very important. After having done everything, after spending millions on acquiring the customers, because acquiring the customer is the costly exercise. If you can't retain, then no point. You can't be profitable. Okay. So that's it from me. And actually there's a declaration, which means the slides are developed based on a book from Australia, which means so I had to declare this. So thank you very much. So that's the end of it. So there are questions to answer. So let me answer the questions first. Yeah, let's move from the first question. How to create profile for foreign customer if we going to open an online shop using made in Sri Lanka D? Simply you have to do a desk research because foreign customers means sometimes you may not be able to go there. If you could go there, please go. For example, let's say now you are going to start a business in Melbourne. Melbourne is a place where most Sri Lankans live. If you go there, you can search, you can talk to those people and you can understand their preferences, needs and everything. Then you can create a profile. That's possible. Okay. But if you can't afford to go there, if you don't have time to go there, if you have any other restriction like COVID restrictions, then you have to do a desk visit. But you can talk over the phone your friends to your friends and you can get their opinion. So it's a best way, because nowadays you don't need to be physically there. You can even communicate over the phone. But the best way to observe is you go physically there. That's the best way. Okay. We have one more question. Does brand have a value? Exactly, brand have a value. You can sell the brand. I heard one of the Uber's competitors in Sri Lanka. I should not mention the name. They were about to sell their business for, I think, 3 billion, for 3 billion. Yeah, if I'm not wrong, 3 billion. Okay. I think Sri Lankan rupees, 3 billion Sri Lankan rupees. It is because of their brand name. They have nothing. It's an online based business. They have nothing because of their brand. Yes, traditional marketing is still alive everywhere, because still human is alive in this earth. So traditional marketing is there. And the traditional marketing gives that touch, the touch to the heart. That's very important. Okay. And traditional marketing is still successful, but it's quite expensive. That's the problem compared to the online market, digital media. Any questions, or shall we conclude the session? Yes. Questions? Okay, if you have any questions, you can write to me. This is my email ID. You can write to me. Okay. So thank you very much for listening to me. I hope you enjoyed this session and you got something from this session. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ajendra, for a lovely session. So it was actually really, really interesting that, the people who joined in actually retained, according to what you said earlier, like at the last part, you have to retain your customers. So guys, if you still have any questions, we will provide Mr. Ajendra's numbers, the contact details in the toolkit groups, so that you can put it in you can drop him a text via emails. So thank you very much, Mr. Ajendra, for a very interesting session. I hope everyone enjoyed it, and also we all learned what is marketing in a very simple and an understandable way. So let me introduce our partners for our event once again. So we have Arona Digital as our deluxe partner. We have UKE Cards as our printing partner. We have Gumdrops as our gift partner. We have Fine Earth as our gift partner. So thank you for joining in, guys. Let's hope that you all have a very good night. So thanks for joining in. So Toolkit has come to an end, actually. So, and also, guys, I would like to remind you all for the content writing competition. So a content writing competition is being held by Home Tree Co-working Space, who is our youth partner for today's event. So you all can put in your contents, and they are willing to provide paid internships to top 3 content writers. And I hope we had a lot of responses, and hope you will put more. And come on, guys, this is your time. If you all are looking for an internship, if you're waiting, if you have applied for any other internships outside and you're waiting for it, this is your chance. Apply, write, and you can go for it. So thank you very much, guys, for joining in. We hope that you had a wonderful session.